All rise.
Be seated. This is the case of the State of Ohio against Thomas M. Lane, case 12C58. Here this morning, on behalf of the State of Ohio, is Prosecutor James Flays. Mr. Flays, could you please introduce your table?
Thank you, Your Honor. To my left is Nicholas Burling, Geauga County Assistant Prosecutor, Mark Bartolotta, Geauga County Assistant Prosecutor, and from the Lake County Prosecutor's Office, Karen Colwell.
Thank you, and you can make it from where you sit.
Same pulled the trigger that killed your son, now masturbates to memory. Love you.
All right, that's all your client has to say, Mr. Friedman.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thomas Michael Lane III, better known as T.J. Lane, was born September 19, 1984 in Chardon, Ohio, to parents Sarah Nolan and Thomas Lane Jr. TJ's parents were always having problems. Just days before TJ's first birthday, his mother was arrested for domestic violence against his father. And just a few months later, she was charged yet again. Lane's father told police that she had bit him and punched him. TJ's father wanted custody, claiming that TJ's mother was an alcoholic and engaged in violent and dangerous conduct. They ended up getting back together, but one day shy of his third birthday, his father was arrested for beating his mother. Once the deputies arrived to Lane's house, his father resisted arrest as the sheriff deputies tried to detain him. His father ended up having to stay away from TJ and his mother. And just a few years later, TJ's father ended up going to prison for a while for beating and suffocating a woman by putting her head through running water. This woman he had met right after Sarah Nolan. He ended up having 2 more kids. By the time TJ was 3 years old, he was sent to go live with his grandparents, who were described as caring and good people. TJ was known as a good kid, never really got in trouble. He was on the basketball team, attended church regularly, but was really quiet and never really let on to his troubled life at home. He was a kid who loved anime and primitive hunting. Once he was in high school, he started listening to Pink Floyd and writing quotes on his backpack like,
"We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control."
he pretty much changed his whole appearance when he was in high school. He dressed like a goth. He was often picked on about his hair, the clothes he would wear. He wouldn't really say anything, just look at the ground and laugh about it. Once he was in high school, he started having troubles at home. When TJ was 15, sheriff deputies were called to his house. When his uncle Adam Nolan, who was 16 at the time and a longtime heroin addict, came home, he started acting erratically. A fight broke out between him and TJ's brother-in-law, John Brunering. Once Adam was losing, TJ jumped in and held John down while Adam punched him. Cops were called, and TJ ended up going to juvenile detention center and later was charged with assault. And once TJ got out, he was quickly in trouble yet again, just a few days later. He punched the kid in the face and put him in a chokehold. He ended up having to go to Lake Academy, which is an alternative school for at-risk youth. A lot of kids that were there struggled with addiction and suffered abuse at home. Once TJ was there, he started to clean up his act and wouldn't really talk to anyone. He even managed to get a girlfriend at the youth group and would go camping with his biological father in the summer. But like they say, nothing lasts forever. Lane wasn't the nicest boyfriend. He was jealous, possessive. She ended up breaking up with TJ and started dating a boy by the name of Russell King Jr. Once she did, TJ got upset and started threatening Russell. The two exchanged words over the phone and had arranged to fight. TJ even started lifting weights to fight him and posted on Facebook and Twitter, "Die all of you." On February 27, 2012, around 7 a.m., TJ got a Ruger MK3 Target 22 caliber, a semi-automatic handgun, who belonged to his uncle, and drove to Chardon High School. He arrived around 7:30 and went straight to the cafeteria and started shooting at a group of students. shooting 10 rounds of ammunition. Once a teacher / coach by the name of Frank Hall noticed him, he charged at TJ despite him pointing the gun. TJ ended up running away and leaving the building, but ended up getting caught just shortly after right outside the building. 3 students were killed, one being the boy TJ was supposed to fight, Russell King Jr. He was just 17 years old, and 3 other students were injured. One ended up getting paralyzed. He admitted to the murders while wearing a t-shirt that said "Killer." He never said exactly why he shot up the school, but many suspect it was because his ex-girlfriend started dating Russell King Jr. When he was in court, he was very disruptive, showing no remorse. Smiling at the victims' families as they spoke in court. One of the victims' mother called TJ Lane a monster, a pathetic excuse for a human being. She even wished Lane a slow and torturous death. Even at his sentencing, when he pleaded guilty, he was sentenced to 3 life sentencings. And at his sentencing, he flipped off the victims' families and made an obscene masturbation comment. Many suspect that he was so angry because 1 month before his sentencing, his uncle, Adam Nolan, had passed away from a heroin overdose at just 19 years old. Once he was in prison, he wasn't the model's prisoner. He would go to school but never finish his assignments. He was always in and out of the hole, forgetting tattoos, not wanting to work on his assignments. This kid doesn't even wear deodorant or take showers. A lot of the guards say he's the smelliest inmate in Oakwood facility. On September 11, 2014, just 8 days before his 20th birthday, Lane and 2 other inmates escaped from Allen Correctional Institution in Lima, Ohio. They ended up using a makeshift ladder they had made during recreational hours. One of the inmates, Lindsay Bruce, who was serving a life sentencing for killing a 5-year-old girl, was captured just an hour before they escaped. The other inmate, Clifford Uproot, who was serving 12 years for a robbery, was captured at a wooded area nearby the prison, and TJ Lane was captured just 100 yards from the prison. Once all 3 were captured the following day, they were transferred to Ohio State Penitentiary, a supermax prison in Youngtown, Ohio. Lane spends 23 hours a day in a small cell the size of a small parking space, and 1 hour recreational time per day. As of March 2016, Lane was transferred to South Ohio Correctional Facility, a maximum security prison in Lucasville, Ohio. Alright guys, if you liked the video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And if you like the content, go ahead and subscribe. If you have anybody else you'd like me to do next, go ahead and comment down below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.